Everything is going up. Everything is going as planned. Everything moves along. Everything is fine, fine, fine. Songs jam on the East River and Queen. Get around. Where are my notes? Find the day. There they are. Microphone check, I say. Did my headphones connect? Think that they did. Find out in a minute. Buttons a bit. Oh. Okay. All right. Think that's connected? All right. I'm just gonna press the button. I'll just press the button and see. Press the button, and I'll see. I'll see, and I'll press the button. Ripley. Oh, there you go. Press the button. Press the button. Hey, it's Tuesday, and here we go again. Got all kinds of stories with my dumb cat friend. Hey, wait a second. Am I the dumb cat friend? You're talking about Ted, right? Because it's not me. I'm not dumb. I'm just a cat friend. If anything, I'd probably go for Nemesis. Best Nemesis is. Oh, Ted, you're so stupid. Stupid old Ted the stupid cat. Hey, bros. I'm just here chilling. Why you gotta pull me into this? I wasn't even paying attention. I'm just being a guy on the wall, guy. It's cool. Just be cool. Talking about surfing, I'm here. But as far as dumb cats, I look at my glasses. I'm wicked intelligent, you guys. Soup's intelligent. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Ted's cool. Don't go messing with Ted. Don't go messing with Ted. If you're an Aussie Kobe 27, how do you do? Jam. Daily chipmunks filling their cheeks. All those nuts and bird beaks. Chipmunks eat bird beaks. No, they don't. They don't do that at all. Shut up. Ripley, start the show. Meow, meow, meow. Hey, Miles in the seventh dimension. What you doing? I gotta mention that you're here, 'cause I'm gonna throw a wrench in the gears. What gears? What are you even talking about? Yes, it rhymed. You pulled some rhymes out of your butt. That doesn't make it okay. I know, and I don't care. I'm not here to make perfect rhymes and songs. I'm just pulling this out of my butt. Out of my butt, just like the rhyme said. Well, then maybe you need a smarter butt. Get some more brains in that butt, and then pull some rhymes out of there. Perhaps take a rhyming dictionary and shove it up your butt. That will go over a lot better when we finish your angry animation. Yeah, but you did it because it's too hot. Oh, it's too hot to make cartoons today. I tried so hard, but to dismantle a Milo, and then that's as far as I can go because it's hot out. So I'm just gonna make a little comic strip about melting in the heat. Yeah, I did. Still counts as something. Hi, Ozzy Kobe. All right. So we're gonna finish comic strip from last week. In the interim, that's a real word that I never use. We did another quick comic. Put it on screen, and it goes a little something like this. It's called Hey Kool-Aid, and I added Kool-Aid when I posted it, and they did not care. 1,000 times a day, I see people posting links to other bigger conglomerates, celebrities, and when I do it, they don't care. I made a music video for a guy once. Excuse me. And then I might have last weekend, whenever it was, taking a little teddy bear puppet, did a little, real lip sync like people do, and he saw it, and I know that he saw it because you can see when people see things. He wasn't like, "Hey, check it out, a little bear puppet version of me. I'll just share this everywhere because this guy is the coolest." So you're not the coolest then? Is that what you're saying? Probably not the coolest. Probably not the coolest. Um, I forget why I went on that tirade. Ah, because of Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid didn't care. um, but yeah, uh, whatever day this was, Sunday morning's comic went a little something like, "It's too hot to function. I'm melting. Why doesn't anybody save me? Where's the Kool-Aid man when you need him? This is the worst thing ever. I hope nobody ever hath to go through this hot, sweaty horror." Oh, but it was funny when it was happening to me. Yeah, that's still funny. Thanks for cheering me up. And that was what we did. By we, I mean me and you guys in spirit. Because there's never, whenever I turn around, every time I turn around, there's never just one set of footprints. Like, never. There's always at least 4 to 5 sets of footprints. And that's when I'm just like, "Oh, Pat, I recognize those sandals. Oh, Space Goonie, there you go. Oh, Miles, do what you can. Push me along." And yeah, we'll do some cleanup. And I think I mostly have the words for this written down somewhere. I'm gonna say it's mostly about the ancient DOS games. Mostly focus on Apogee. Were they DOS games, or was that the advent of PC games? All the shareware came from. Oh, Apogee and your 7 colors of wonder. Apogee games, Apogee games. Never played any, but I remember the names. A lot of them all looked kinda the sames. I knew you could do it, El Huapo. I just knew it. Like I said before, if my lawnmower was broken, I would not be, "Who am I gonna calling the Ghostbusters?" I'd be all, "Mad, my lawnmower. Do you know how to fix or know somebody who can fix a lawnmower? There has to be a better way." I'm gonna guess YouTube. Where does one find? Yeah, throw it up there. I'm pretty sure it'll post. That's all Miles's clever plan to trick you into watching Nazi propaganda. It's not. I'm pretty sure he would never do that. He seems quite the opposite of a Nazi. Oppa Nazis. Yeah, so sometime last week, speaking of the heat, not too bad in here today. It's not too bad. It's decent. Um, but yeah, sometime last week, or the week before, got a letter in the mail, or my mailbox that was like, "Hey, this is your landlord speaking. If you look to the right of the craft, you will find that some dudes are going to show up. They're going to come into your apartment whether you like it or not. And they're going to install a heat pump." Like, okay, fine. Don't want people in my apartment ever. But gonna be for better heat. That sounds pretty good. Was there such thing as non-pirated DOS games? Really? How'd you even get non-pirated DOS games? I only ever knew how to find shareware, i.e., on that rack of shareware for like $5 each at the drugstore or grocery store. And they all sucked, and most of the time they weren't even compatible with my Windows 11. Excuse me. Um, but yeah. Then I was like, oh, with the heat pumping, um, also comes cold air pumping. So that's perfect for right now, cause it's been deadly hot. Like, I was thinking, oh, this is crazy hot, but I'm probably just over exaggerating it. I'm probably, just because this room gets so hot, the rest of my apartment isn't as bad as this room. Maybe I'm over exaggerating it. Maybe I'm being a baby about it. But either way, it's like, oh, you know what? Cool. Cool, there's gonna be some cool air regardless. I'm not that crazy. So dude showed up to the building on Monday. Supposed to be here for 2 weeks installing stuff. Uh Saw one of the guys and he was like, "Oh yeah, it won't be, won't be right away, but yeah, we'll be up to your place soon or whatever." Like, all right, awesome. So Monday, they installed, I don't know, 5 or 6 heat pumps around the bottom apartments downstairs, and then they left, and they didn't come back for the whole week. And it was pretty much the landlord like, "Hey, is that gonna happen? Should I still expect dudes to come into my apartment?" And and he was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I'll get those guys. I'll try to get those guys to come back." You'll what? All right, that sounds great. Like, not promising, but acceptable. What was that about? Okay. So then it's only Tuesday. Wow. So then on Monday they came back yesterday. I was like, oh, cool. It's still kind of a deadly-ish hot day. I think the heat warning is over now, but yeah, for like several days there was literally a hey, don't go outside for too long because it's a heat wave. Uh, Texan boy. No, you can do better than that. Just a Texan boy with his Texan toy. It's a computer watching his Twitch joy, Texan boy. Hey, Texan boy. Um, so whatever, they show up, and I'm like, well, it's starting to get cool now. So by the time this thing gets hooked up, I probably won't need it. It'll just be there sitting, waiting until it's time to need heat. Nico 5953. Is that your number? A number for the 5953. Nico with a couple W's. Yeah, I never played any of those games. Played some weird Apogee games that were like, I don't even know, floaty, crappy. I don't know. They all look like weird knockoffs of Nintendo games, but yet not. They looked homemade, which I guess technically they kind of were. So whatever, dudes showed up. And they were like, I don't know where we're gonna put this thing. And I'm like, well, there seems to only be one place you can put this thing. And they're just like, yep, we'll have to. Uh, oh, well, I can't sing in Spanish. Nico, ¿dónde está? Muy bueno. Yeah. I don't remember any Spanish words. Those are also possibly not right, and I apologize. Durian? Is that I'm sorry? Is that thank you? Canada is no is thank you and no. Can't remember. Can't remember. Sorry. Super sorry. Um. So, in classic installing stuff into apartment buildings fashion, they didn't care because they were like, "Oh, well, if we install it over here, that's going to cause a lot of vibrations on the lady next door on her apartment." Like, okay, then you'll have to mount it somewhere else. Also, the water like spouts down here from the roof, so is that going to be a problem? Like, yeah, probably, but not really our problem. That's the landlord's problem. Well, the tenant's problem, I guess. And he said that to my face. To my face, he said it's the tenant's problem. Like, you know that that's me. Do you not know I live here with a host of imaginary characters that are going to be complaining about this stuff? Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, and I definitely will have and do have more complaints, and I always will. And that's just a fact. You want complaints? What are we complaining about? Oh, these guys with their half-assed attitude towards workmanship. Unbelievable. And I mean, technically it is. Technically it is. But whatever. So they installed the part that goes inside my apartment, and I was like, "Ooh, here we go." And they were like, "Well, we're done in here, so somebody else will be back later to do the rest outside, so they don't have to come back in here." So there you go. But yeah, I don't know where they're gonna put the outside part. Good luck with that. Goodbye. Like, wait, what? So I'll just go to the grocery store and buy another fan. Then I guess I'll just get some more fans and surround myself with fans, like Marge Simpson in a heat wave, watching my hair go back and forth. Um, so whatever, that's fine. I still have a place to live. I still have heat. I still have fans. It's not actually that bad, and the heat warning is over. So I can survive. As long as I'm within 4 feet of a fan. Outside of that 4 feet, wow, oh my god, I'm just in the kitchen, and I don't know if I'll make it back to the living room where it's safe and cool, but other people have it worse, so I shouldn't complain. And I don't know much, Matt, but I do know that if and when I have ever watched election coverage for the province that I live in, it's always been it's always been disappointing on 1,000 levels. Like, I don't know why I was so surprised and confused when the US election was happening and everybody was like, "We're voting for Trump." And it's like, yeah, no, that would be funny. That would be crazy and funny, like an amazing experiment to vote for a crazy person. But you're all not gonna do that. Like, not only are we gonna do it, we believe it as well. And when it's over, we're still going to believe it even more, even though we're harping on how the rules work, but we don't actually believe in the rules. We're just trying to maintain racism. Like, hmm. And then the same hero was just like, how is this possible? That person has been nothing but a maniac. Nothing but a maniac. So I don't even know. Like, even the people that I was like, well, you're the ones that should be in charge. you still seem to be acting real stupid right now, right in front of me in the street. I don't know what you're doing, but it seems like you're protesting, but you're actually canvassing. So none of you are good at this. Nobody should be in charge of things. There's definitely needs to be some kind of different system because it's all made up and the points don't matter, and it's ridiculous. But definitely not talking about that because I don't know anything, and I will just rant about the insanity of people. And this just in, um, the special report. In the Mr. Kurt News Network today, Pale Green Star on Instagram and Twitter says, I just showed my shirt to my friend Jason. He said to tell you, me, your design is, and I quote, she quotes him, and I'm quoting her. It's a Inception quote. Bombastic. It's bombastic. It's I would end it with Mr. Fantastic. I should probably put this on the screen. Let's just hold it up there. There's stay on the focus. There we go. Pale green star in her new space kitty cat shirt. Space Goonie has one as well, but not the big purple space one. And those, of course, are all available at MrCartoons.com, or there's a link there to the Society6 .com/Mr. Cartoons. But soon, I don't know, I've got a whole list of things that I want to do. One of them is set up a new shirt store. So they will be better quality. And if I do have any questions or concerns, I get to go, hey, Jeff, I have questions or concerns, and now it's your job to deal with them, cuz, huh? It's Jeff. Jeff kind of runs the merch department. Anyway, I need to find pen. A pen fell on the floor. I need to find what this comic strip is about. That it? Yes. There we go. To the text layer. Grab some text. You go to the right one. Paste some text. Oh, wait. They're probably already gone. But 4 gathers followed. Thank you. Didn't make up a little song when your name popped up. I feel bad about that. You're probably gone. So now I don't feel bad anymore. Four gathers, it's more than 3. 5 gathers, that's not for me. If you want to gather and see, you need 4 gathers and a follow button. Press it E. That is a poor rhyming adventure for sure. Uh-oh. Shark Attack is on the sending more messages about her shirt, I think. I think so. Let's see. Let's see what else is coming in. Oh. Okay, reacting to this shirt. Anyway, notes. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, Miles. If you've paid for a font, then you gotta keep using that font forever. I mean, I'm I might be the cheapest person in the world, but yeah, that's how I roll. Once I pay for something, then I gotta use it up. Like Final Cut Pro, lots of free programs that are just as good, but I gotta use it. I gotta use it. Tank braha 3 ha ha ha. Been a while. Um. So progress bar. Story wise, in the world, got a bunch of things. You know, pop culture wise, we could talk about. Avocado shake, subscribing on a break. Gonna have some fun, cause Ted's heart. Wait, no. Ted, had to flip that around. Now, Ted will take your heart away, as in, oh. But now it just sounds like you're gonna take Ted's heart. Guys, I'm just over here. I wasn't really paying attention. But are you talking about pulling out my heart? Like that guy? In the Raiders of the Lost Ark? Yeah, no, that was Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom. Oh, I'm supposed to remember all the names of the movies. Just because I said it wrong. And suddenly you can remember what it is. And I look like the idiot. Yep, something like that, Ted. Something like that. Um. Is that a snake face or a velociraptor? Also kind of looks like a platypus who's freaking out. You know what? All my notes apps are connected. I could just copy and paste it instead of looking at my phone and then retyping it like a crazy person. Ugh. Why did you disconnect? There we go. So, I'm basically the nicest guy in the world. Not to toot my own horn. Oh, but that horn is solidly being tooted by you. That is your lips on that horn blowing out the song of who's the nicest guy in the world. It's you. It's you. But we all know it's not toot toot. There you go. Your poo. Whose rhymes are terrible now? Yeah, but my rhymes don't have to be great because I am just a surrogate existence. So anything I say bad bounces off of me and sticks to you still. Technically, got to agree. So even though I've got two stories, not even two stories. I've got two anecdotes. I've got two paragraphs of a thing that happened, two completely separate things on two separate days. One of which I'm just like, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. That's you do something good for people and you feel good, and it's just a fact, or at least for me anyway. Especially in a hot day where I was just like, I'm gonna murder somebody. I'm gonna do something insane and mean because it's so hot and this is stupid. This is so stupid, and I hate everything. And and then the next day, I'm just like, oh, that was oh, I was the stupid person there. Uh, can't good deed my way out of this because I was just dumb. But I try my best, to karmically appease the universe slash my own soul and to just do good things. But every road hath its thorn. I mean, yeah, no, like everybody, no matter how good you try to be, and even horrible people, no matter how horrible they're trying to be, still inadvertently do good things sometimes. It's like every cowboy has a sad, sad song. Yeah, and yeah, so I'm like everybody else. So do the bad story first. Do the bad story first, right? That makes the most sense. Every knife has its spoon, and 10,000 knives when you just need a fork. Not even close. So, um, bad story first. I'm trying my best to go for a walk of some kind every day, regardless of if it's too hot, too cold. Um, and it's been pretty hot, so waiting till it gets kind of dark and eveningy. Sorry, wrong camera. Um, so it was dark. Like, I mean, it was dark-ish. It wasn't pitch black out. It was the evening. Still main areas, lots of lights and everything. Uh, I was walking up the street, just kind of doing a lap around the neighborhood, if you will, and how do I? So unbelievable. All right, everything that I put on the wrong layer, put it on the right layer. No big deal. No big deal. All right, try not to puke on yourself. Hang, bruh, haha, three, haha, what? Um, and coming towards me on the street is a lady with a dog, a big old dog that looked super well behaved, so I was not at all terrified of this big giant dog. It's very, very common, always walking by people, especially ladies with big giant dogs, and of course you would. You really shouldn't be, just a person walking around in the evening unless you have a giant animal to protect you. Really, it just makes good sense. Um, So I still tried to be considerate and pulled off to the side a little bit. So it's like, all right, I'll walk in the grass. She's clearly moving off to give some space. So it's like, all right, let's give a bunch of space for you and the dog. Some people don't want you to look at their dog, or you know, some dogs just can't handle any kind of attention, or they'll go crazy. And it's like, that's fine. I don't know this dog. I don't know you. It might be that situation. So I kind of got the feeling that I'm not going to say, hey, puppy, like I do when I pass by every single dog. Sometimes I at least try to remember to go like, huh, to the person, and then be like, hey, puppy, and then away I go. Because, I mean, if you're not saying hi to puppies, then what are you doing, huh? If you're not dancing in lineups at the grocery store, then what are you doing? What are you doing? What is everybody doing? Not looking crazy? People are not looking crazy at the grocery store. That's what they're trying to do. Or they're busy watching you be crazy at the grocery store. Touche. Touche. So, as we get to the point, to the apex of crossing paths, she like fully pulls off the sidewalk into a driveway and stands there and kind of pulls the dog to the side. The dog is not in any way acting like it's gonna freak out. It's not bothered at all. This is the most well-behaved dog that I've seen in a while. And I'm just like, what a good dog. Like, what a great dog. And just getting, getting my head geared up for a nod and a hey, or a how's it going? Because that still doesn't quite come naturally to me. When somebody does it, like, oh, hey, how are you going? How do you do? Like, I don't know. It's weird. I'm getting better at randomly saying hey and hello to people, and I'm getting better at not getting wildly upset when they don't look at me and act like I don't exist. So this lady pulls off to the side and stops. I kind of look at the dog like, hey, what a good dog. Smile at the dog. Everything's cool. Dog isn't really reacting. But trying again not to make too much dog eye contact, just because I don't want to upset this dog. I'm gonna try and just walk like I'm a normal person, not making trouble, not trying to bother nobody. And during the like smile and nod and hey, like slight noise, not really that loud. I could have sworn it's just like, am I crazy? I feel a little bit crazy, but I feel like I'm going this way, and they're just like, are you trying to like really emphasize that I don't exist right now? You pulled off to the side of the road. I clearly exist. Oh my god, like why don't I exist right now? And then just kept on walking. We're just like, what just happened? What just happened? Like, super good dog. Seemed like a nice, personable person. You don't need to smile and say hello, but there was just something. Just kind of like, I'm not going to look at you. I'm not even going to really even open my eyes that much. And how long did it take you to realize that you passed by a blind person who might also not have been able to hear you, and that was clearly a Theaguy German Shepherd, and that's why it was so well behaved? In minutes, so many minutes it took me to realize, oh my god, I'm the worst person ever. What is wrong with me? Of course, like, it was a German Shepherd. It was a German Shepherd, and I even thought, like, that dog's got, like, it wasn't a standard, like, what I grew up with. It was, like, a big metal harness that dogs usually have. It's just seemed less cumbersome, because it's the future. It's been 1,000 years since I thought about what kind of harness a seeing eye dog has on it. It looked like Burke's harness that Tara has on her dog Burke and Hudson, except it was on a big giant German Shepherd that was so focused and so good at its job, and I was just so not thinking about anything. That would make me a reasonable person in the world. I felt so bad. It was just like, well, it's too late, and also like definitely not going to run down like, oh my god, I'm so sorry for whatever I just thought. You don't even know what just happened, but I do, and I feel bad, and I'm sorry. How about stop and buy you a cake real quick? How would you feel about cake? I don't know. And again, it's like nothing actually happened other than for a minute I felt kind of slighted by somebody and then realized like no, I was the slighter and that person was the slightee. But yeah, you take the good, you take the bad, and there you've got the facts of life, Natalie. The facts of life. No, the world never seems to be living up to your dreams, but there's other words to that song. And those words paid Alan Thicke's bills for years and years and years. And they're probably still paying for his family's stuff today. Because they never stop rerunning old sitcoms on crazy channels for cheap. Um, that's where I felt bad. I felt bad. I felt like a bad person. I still think in the in the zeitgeist of what's going on in the world, always, but in the, even just in the last bit of a news cycle where it's hey, hey, guess what's cool? Guess what's cool at church and totally apparently legal and no repercussions whatsoever? Murdering children and just dumping bodies off. I didn't want to talk about that today. There's one school out of all of them so far, I think, that was like, yeah, no bodies on this property. Mm-hmm. What does that make you think that? Oh well, they're not all bad, right? Some of them didn't murder children, or these guys were just a little more evil, and they thought ahead of time of definitely don't bury the bodies on our own property, right? Definitely dispose of them somewhere else, right? How far are we from water? Who owns a boat? Like, it definitely makes it more sinister to me, not, oh no, 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 these were the good ones. Hmm? Huh? Just a whole building full of Oscar Schindlers, right? Yeah, that would be great, and I'd love that, but it's not true. And the numbers for the other schools are too big, so that if there was one good school, then, some sort of epic vigilante justice would have had to occur. Some sort of exodus of, well, as these good God-fearing people, we shouldn't be cool with this? And we definitely shouldn't now? Like, what? But whatever. It's not like we live in the kind of world where a bunch of white people started burning native people's livelihood and boats and trucks and lobster and fishery stuff that the mountain police would just sit there and watch. We don't live in that kind of world, right? There's somebody of authority would step in, and then if the police didn't step in, then I'm sure the military would be like, well, these guys are committing war crimes. Therefore, as the military, we're going to step in there as peacekeepers, as Canadians supposedly has peacekeepers. We should step in there and keep the peace. But none of that happened. Just the part with the fire and the police watching and nobody caring. And that's why the machines need to be raged against, as the band name suggests. Why did you drift off into that tirade? I don't remember. I don't remember. That tirade just gets me too, because there's bad people, because I'm a bad person, that's why. Oh, yeah, because you're a horrible, I forgot. You're one of the horrible people. The horrible people. It's all relative to the size of your steeple. You can't see the forest for the trees, and you cannot smell your own shit on your knees. Ah. On the good side, when you use the force instead of the dark side, hot, 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 hot day. Like, feeling hot, hot, hot. Do, 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 do. Feeling hot, hot, hot. That kind of day. Beyond that, it was, yeah, it was an 80s music video kind of day. So just dragging myself through the day at work, just like, please, please, I can't scroll through another font. I can't do anything. I feel like My eyes are just gonna melt out of my head, and this day is never gonna end. It's just getting so hot. And what would be the best idea after a day of just feeling like I'm not gonna make it? It's too hot. What should I do? What should I do? Definitely go to like some sort of pool. Maybe go to the mall and just walk around in the air conditioning. Popsicle shopping. Have you thought about going popsicle shopping? That's probably what you should have done and what you actually did. No. Where are your eyes? Um, Time to do laundry. Time to pack up all of my dirty clothes for the week and take them to the laundromat. And it's a million more degrees at the laundromat. If I was the guy that owned the laundromat, I would have burned that place to the ground and collected the insurance money for sure. I did eventually go popsicle and non-dairy ice cream and freezy shopping, for sure. Um, Spell this word. Oh. So whatever. I feel crazy because I go to the laundromat. By the time I get there, like I'm already mildly soaked with sweat, like just a sweaty, gross, um, uh, um, swamp thing. So, go into the laundromat, load my clothes into the washers, and go back outside and sit in my car and stare at the laundromat and realize I forgot to bring something to draw on. So I guess I'll just look at my phone. So I'm just looking at my phone for a bit, walking around the laundromat area. It's like a strip mall. Everything closed at that point, but still, just kind of walking around, uh, trying not to die of heat, and just kept seeing like not only out in the world but in the laundromat people, not just old people. Like old people were just like, hey, yeah, I see you're like sweating through your glasses, but I'm gonna need a sweater and long pants and big thick socks and like boots. Okay, old people, that's fine. I get it. My grandmother's definitely under like 6 blankets right now, and that's fine. But some of these were like definitely people like younger than me, like winter hat, big old sweater, full pants. Like, what is going on? Like, and again, that's fine. Wear whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable in. I still wear sweaters when it's too warm to wear, or hoodies when it's too warm to wear hoodies for just a certain comfort level. But in this case, I'm just like, I am just getting soaked. Like, I can't wait for my clothes to be clean so I can put on a clean shirt to wear home, but it'll be way too hot, so that's not a possibility. But I'm definitely putting on my third shirt of the day when I get home because this is insane. But nobody else seems to be sweating profusely, so I'm just like, should I go to the hospital and be like, yeah, I'm all sweaty because it's 42 degrees out, but am I the one who's wrong because everybody else isn't sweaty? Am I just gross? Do I have a problem? And And then finally, while I'm sitting there, dude shows up with his laundry, gets out of his car, and his shirt is already like just pretty drenched. And then when he came out of the laundromat like 10 minutes later, it was fully just like a different color with darkness of sweat. I'm just like, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. It is hot out. I can see the numbers. I know that 42 degrees Celsius is inhumanly ridiculous to just wander around in. So at this point, I'm not even heat angry anymore. I'm just tired and hungry and bored and just so sweaty and gross. But on the way to the laundromat, um, if you remember last week's comic strip, where I talked about people in the real world driving around, just giving the finger to people on the street, and then I made this comic strip about Milo wanting to just go driving around, giving people the finger on the street. So then, all the way around town, I legitimately, after doing this comic strip, drove around giving everybody the finger in my car. Now, I didn't, flip it out the window where anybody could see, but anytime a car passed around me or did something in a way where it's just like, oh, they're just in a hurry, excuse me. And I'm just like, it's too hot to be in a hurry. Everybody just chill out. I just don't care anymore. So just under the window, everybody's just like I'm giving everyone the finger right now. I was just doing a whole bunch of that all the way there. Because I'm just like, I hate everybody right now. Everybody needs to slow down and not make so much warmth and friction right now. Just really slow down, or I'm gonna scream. So once laundry was going, I kind of mentally cooled down, and life was a bit better. So laundry gets done. I feel a little less murderous. I believe I stopped somewhere and grabbed some food of some kind at some point during that adventure. Can't quite remember what. Probably French fries and nuggeted chicken of some kind. Um, or was it a pita? Was I actually trying to not eat meat again for that day? Um, Whatever it was. Within my travels, I ended up at the gas station, and on the way in to the gas station, there's like a picnic table just beside the door, and on the picnic table was like a dude with his head down laying there, and I recognized him as the guy that I've seen around, like this homeless guy who I think just showed up this summer. Um, very ironically, very sadly, horrifically ironically, I believe that he sleeps in the grass next to the furniture store. The building full of furniture, and he has to sleep in the grass. So that's how the world works. That's just how the world works. Um, Everything is terrible. So I go into the gas station, pay for my stuff, and turn to leave. I must have got an ice cream. I must have got something for myself to make myself happy. Maybe it was an ice cream sandwich run. I can't remember. It was a hot few days ago, and I turn to leave, and then I stop and I realize, oh wait a second, I'm not done here. Before I go, I should do something good. It is a billion degrees outside, and that dude is not only sitting in the only shade available, trying, just surviving with grass on his back from sleeping in the grass, his bag of stuff stowed somewhere off to the side somewhere, I'm sure, but he's still also wearing all of the layers because that's what you have to do as a homeless people to make sure you have all of your clothes. So he's got like several sweaters on. He's probably got 5 pairs of pants on. Like, this is just too much. It's too much. And I'm just like, unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's what I say. Although it says unacceptable, that sounds super unacceptable. And it was. So Um, I turned around real quick and went back to the fridge and got like a liter of water. And I'm just like, all right, it's one of those gas stations that has lots of baked goods and some food. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to give this guy like heartburn or make him feel bad. But what's good here? Like what like here's a pile of chocolate that's just gonna melt. And I just flashed to the day my dad and my uncle was like, let's all go for a drive in the van. We got to do a run before we go back to the beach and back to camping. Like, yay! And then they got us a bunch of chocolate bars. Like, here's some chocolate bars, kids. Like, yay! Like, all right, this is great. Can we have some to the drink? Like, no! Our drinks have booze in them because drinking and driving is cool back then. And so we're in the back just dying. And we're just getting so thirsty because we're just full of chocolate now. And there's a dog with us, and the dog is just like, I'm dying. Like, I'm soaking everything with my drool. And she's like, this is insane. And then we were just desperate to get back, and then we just drank straight out of the hose, which is a reference to something else. Dirty hose that came down from the mountain, leaves in it. That we know there was leaves in it. We saw the leaves go in from the stream. But regardless, that's what I thought of was, well, I'm not just gonna make his day worse. Here's a bag of salty chips and some chocolate. See you later. Good luck with that. Just ruined your day. So they had like a tray of banana bread, and I was like, banana bread's great. Feels good. It kind of feels like a meal. Huh? It's like food, but it's still fun. I went over to the fridge area and there was like pizza and stuff, so I got a slice of pizza, tray of banana breads, and a big old liter of water. And I'm like, I don't know what else. I don't know. Like, I feel like I should just get an armload of random things, but then he's got to deal with that. So it's like, I don't know. I just need to make sure this dude is hydrated before I go on my way, or else I'll feel guilty about it for the rest of my life until I not recognize a blind person and feel slighted by them. So I'm grabbing all the stuff. I'm bringing it up to the counter, and the lady behind the counter says to the dude who's like kind of coming back from organizing some things, something like, that guy leave. And I didn't hear what she said, and he was like, oh, yeah, something else. And I was like, whoa, like, whatever's going on. I was like, can I stop you guys real quick? It was like, can you guys wait like 5 minutes before you kick him out or kick him off the bench? Because the stuff that I'm getting right now is for him because it's super hot outside. And they were like, oh, no. She was just asking if we were supposed to kick that guy off the thing. If that's like store policy, you can't just be sitting there with your head on this picnic table for hours at a time. But no, we're not. I was like, if he wants to come in and enjoy some of the cool air, like, that's fine. Like, if he needs to use the bathroom, like, we have no problem with that guy. He's a nice guy. People do seem to be kind of helping him out when they go by. He definitely has some sort of mental issues. I'm sure that is the reason why he's in this predicament. But regardless, like, he's not begging for stuff. He's not causing trouble. Seems just like a nice, friendly big guy that I'm sure could snap me in half if he wanted to and take all of my things. But he's not. Superman could smash all the banks and take everything, but he doesn't. And I choose to think that most people try to do things that way. The Iron Giant mentality. You can be what you ever want. You do it. You don't want. You can be whatever you want to be. So why not choose Superman? Why not fly headfirst into a nuclear bomb and save everybody? I mean, just makes sense. So they were like, oh yeah, no problem. Like, okay, awesome, cool. Like, if you do kick him out, like, that's fine. It was like, it's none of my business, but I don't don't inconvenience me by making me have to chase this guy down to give him some water and stuff. So his head was up when I came back out, and he was kind of looking ahead. So I just like walked over to the table, plopped down the water, and said like, stay hydrated and have something to eat, and put the food down, and was like, see you later. And he was like, oh, like, thanks, bro. Like, no problem. And as near as I can tell, I believe he just went into the gas station and heated up his pizza. And I was like, cool. Like, everybody wins. Everybody wins. I feel good about myself. Somebody got some food, and the store people were nice. Like, they're always nice anyway. But I always kind of get nervous about that kind of thing where it's just like Some places are very like, ooh, let me give you a weird, dirty look. You know, even it's just like, ah, red glasses. What's up with that? What's a Streamlabs, huh? What, is that some kind of meth lab? No, it's the center of the streaming world. It's where you get all your best stuff for streaming. Where you sign up to Streamlabs Prime, so you get access to all the awesome things to help you stream better. All right, that's enough shilling for your own job where you work. Oh my god. It's never enough. Never enough. This is a great place. They're really nice to me. I love it there. I get to make art for a living. I have been working on a project still, the same one as last week, that's just like, this still isn't done? How is this still? I need this to be done. So I'm like waiting on notes on one project, so I'm like the next one that I'm doing all day today, I'm just like, not good enough. Not good enough. Too complicated, not complicated enough. Oh, until I finish this other one, it causes everything else to be second guessed so hard. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna desperately just be like, all right, what I finished today, that's what I'm going with. Let me take that theme and spread it over the whole package of stream assets for a band that I don't know. Maybe I like them, maybe I don't. I'll wait till I'm finished and then I'll check them out because I don't like having judgments about people while I'm trying to make stuff for them. Makes it harder. Especially if I like them, then I'm like, I hope they like it, and it's more pressure. And if I don't like them, oh, excuse me, like, whoa, what? Why am I doing this for these people? I hate them. Oh my god, can't stop burping. So, like I said, I think I have notes for the next comic, but this is this week's comic so far. So I might adjust some of the text, but Miles just basically like, there's the pre-head-thyle thubs, but nobody ever talks about just plain head-thyle thubs or post-head-thyle. Hey, what are you doing? There's no such word as hensile or post-hensile. Oh, let me. But I was gonna do a whole "you ever wonder about" bit. And then I'm just like, yeah, there is no more wondering. Just look up Seinfeld. Nobody cares about your comedic hypotheses. Huh? Because, if you've seen any new Jerry Seinfeld material, that guy has no, and I've said this before, like, Seinfeld's funny guy, clever guy, interesting guy, zero connection to the real world anymore. Like, just lives in some sort of weird billionaire haze, where he clearly doesn't understand how things work because all of his jokes are still like, hey, have you heard of this Star 69 thing? Like people will call, like that's not a thing anymore. Hey, so like I'm TiVoing some stuff, right? Do you know when you're TiVoing? Like, what are you talking about? What year are you from? I'm old timey, and I'm not that old timey. I mean, leash. At least know what a TikTok is. I know enough of TikTok to hate it. Some of it is, of course, super awesome. But so much of it is just people committing hate crimes, and it's wicked depressing. Oh, man. Hate crime talk. Now, that would be a different thing. Night on Hate Time Crime. Hate Time Crime. Hate crime talk. We're going to discuss all the stuff that's been going on. So many hate crimes. How do we cope? Okay, yes, I did make notes on another one. Doodles and Milo. And what was I angry about this? Okay, quick bit of anger. All right, quick bit of rage over something that I haven't seen, and I don't know. Maybe it's great. Maybe Pat worked on it. I don't know. So many things I see, especially in animation, where people are like, "Look at this," and I'm tempted to be like, "They're making that? Huh? If that's a good idea, then I'm pretty sure I should be the greatest stream in the world. So I keep seeing this ad, and mostly it was just still picture ad of the poster for this movie that's on Amazon, and it just keeps coming up on my Instagram all the time, pops up on my Facebook all the time, and once I did see a like trailer for it with animation happening, and I was like, oh, that's just not just a bad poster. That's how the whole movie is drawn and looks. And it's got like real names in it too, from what I recall, like real actors who do real movies doing the voices, but visibly it looks like pure trash to me. And I could be wrong. I don't know. Visually it looks terrible, and I assume it's also not going to be a good story. But it's called Eggs. Let me just double check because that sounds stupid. Yeah, it's just called Eggs, and I guess it's about chickens, and it looks like this is a bit of a dated reference, but they still do it today when a like kind of a bootleg movie comes out, usually just like a bad animated movie, especially like, hey, it's Cinderella and her magical adventure. Like, is that a Disney movie? Maybe you'll have to rent it and see. What's up with that cover? Is that what it looks like? Oh no. When you actually watch this movie, it's gonna look like an old UPA Rankin and Bass, like Schoolhouse Rocks type of animation. Very just super simple, flat, barely animated thing. And then the cover is this weird airbrushed painting of like a Bugs Bunny or a princess or whatever, but it's like it doesn't look good. It looks like this weird like grade school airbrushing thing that I definitely had handed in projects that look like that. When I was a kid, or when first time I used Photoshop, was like, yep, everything looks like that crappy airbrushy thing. But the whole movie looks like everything about it looks like I don't I don't even really know. It's like it seems like everything that's animated was like, I assume, animated separately, and then they took that layer. I think it looks like it might have been done on paper, but then they just put filters on it, I think. So regardless of how it was colored, there's still filters on it that kind of just add a weird extra lighting to it that doesn't apply to the lighting within the scenes or anything. So everything just looks washed out and broken and cheap. But the real upsetting part is none of that. The upsetting part is the comments, because the poster comes up and I'm like, well, this is insane. And sometimes when something insane pops up, especially on Instagram, I have to check the comments just for a sanity check, to be like, everyone else is gonna call this crazy, right? This is not a real movie. This is insane. They definitely had some marketing money to put into marketing this, and I don't know, I look at animated things, so I guess I'm the targeted audience. So, oh man. I assume definitely Seventh Dementia, you watched Phaelus and his bootleg zones slash his Dingo Pictures reviews, and if you don't, they're the greatest thing in the world. I can't get enough of them, but yeah, and he went to school here, so that's interesting. Um, but yeah, when I went to the comments of the Eggs movie, I was just like, uh, um, oh, a bunch of alarms went off. I have to get a wisdom tooth removed on Thursday. Good. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. So it, I feel yeah, I feel this does make me feel like a monster, because it is like, people worked on it. It's probably not terrible. Anybody can make a movie. things like this are my inspiration for the things that I make, because there is no wrong answer for being creative. It is just somebody's creative process, but it's still a full blown movie that people put a bunch of money into, and it just to me looks like just looks so bad. But all of the comments are, wow, I can't wait. Oh, I love this. Oh my god, this looks so good. And it just in a world where that looks good to everybody everybody in the comments. There's just like nobody. There's no artists that are like, yeah, no, this is atrocious though, right? Like this is atrocious. And just, there's just those things in life that just break my brain, because I'm just like, again, like, oh, well, if this is good, then what am I doing? What have I been judging myself against and towards, and why have I? But also, yeah, half of them I do have to assume they are just like, oh, this is a wonderful movie, because it's all the people that worked on it writing their own reviews, because there still definitely had to be a giant crew of people making this thing. But yeah, it just looks like a fake movie, and yeah, it's just me being weird animation elitist. The stuff I make isn't amazing. It still deserves to be ridiculed and made fun of. Just blew me away that it wasn't being ridiculed and made fun of. Is there anything else in your notes? Anything at all? It's gonna sit there quietly drawing like that's the whole point of this thing? Or are you gonna tell us another dumb little story about something stupid that happened that nobody cares about? I got another story. Stupid. Nobody cares. Still related to chicken, oddly enough. Um, I went over to the grocery store because it's 2 seconds away, and it was too hot to turn the oven on. Because I did do that the other day, and then I was like, well, this is insane. I'm already like checking the heaters to see if the heat is on by accident, and turning on the oven was just like, I've never felt crazier. Like, I do want to warm up this food, but the apartment is, is a visibly, feelably, audibly hotter from turning this thing on, and what do I do? I can't just like open the windows. That'll let the heat in. Just too much heat everywhere. So I walked over to the grocery store. I stood in line at the chicken counter where they sell fried chicken and taters and noodles, vegetables, bunch of stuff. Apparently, you can have them make you custom sandwiches, which I didn't realize until I was standing there going, in the middle of something, got to get back to work and stuff. I guess these people are having some elaborate custom sandwiches. All right, fine. That is a service that they offer here, so just gotta wait. No big deal. So, very little time passed. I'm just like, hey, can I get some chicken and taters? And they gave me some chicken and taters. I'm like, awesome. So I go around and go to the self checkout because there was no lineups, and why not? That's a thing that's available now, and doesn't get you a discount of any kind for doing, checking your own vet or your own groceries, but I did. So I go to the self checkout thing, and next to me is a guy. He's also got some chicken. He was ahead of me in line, or maybe two people ahead, and he's self checking out his chicken. And he's going boop, and nothing's coming up. Boop, nothing's coming up. And I'm like, ooh, that sucks. And I'm looking at mine like, huh, this barcode looks unfinished, but let's see what happens. Boop, nothing's coming up. Boop, nothing's coming up. So the lady goes over to the guy, and he's like, yeah, can't get this to scan. So she swipes her card, puts a key in, does all the things. She types in all of the stuff that's on the barcode. Still doesn't scan through. Types in some other things. She tries scanning it a bunch of other times. Uses the scan wand. It doesn't scan. And she was like, huh, yeah, just go. I gotta go report that there's an issue with the barcodes from the chicken area. So just go. And then she comes over to me, and I'm like, yeah, same. Something wrong with the barcodes over here. She's like, okay. Tries to scan mine a bunch of times. She tries to type some stuff in. And eventually she's like, yeah, I gotta go report this or whatever. Like, so I should just walk away? So I'm just gonna take this and just walk out of the store without a receipt for it? Should I steal more? Are you telling me I should steal more? Because I feel like I should steal more. Because I don't steal at all now. And now I feel stupid. Because I guess I should steal more. So I'm like, okay. Because I had like a bottle of water as well. So I'm like, well, boop. I am going to scan this stuff through, pay for it, and then walk out with some stolen things and some paid for things. And try not to feel insane about it, but I did. Now, I'm sure most people are like, hey, get your eyes out of that gift horse's mouth, all right? You just got something free. Why aren't you dancing in the streets? They're calling out all around the world, and they're dancing in the streets. There's free chicken. What's wrong with you? And taters. I guess it's very much, it's the slow descent into becoming one of those old people that post those memes that are just like, in my day, we did drink out of the hose. In my day, we read the back of the cereal box because we didn't have a phone to read. Like, yeah, and we have a phone to read, so we read the phone now. And then in the future, they'll be like, oh, back in my day, we had to read the phone. We didn't have stuff beamed into our head, you lazy. And then we're like, oh, we weren't just jacked into the Matrix when we had to actually jack ourselves into stuff. Yeah, I know what that sounded like. Maybe you should have let me say that so that, you don't sound like such a maniac. Too late. So, my issue isn't with getting free stuff or mistakes or whatever. That's fine. It's all fine. All right? However things work is to the detriment and benefit of people every day, and it switches back and forth constantly. My confusion comes, and I know that my mom has had this exact reaction slash conversation with me about her dealings in the world of, hey, I tried to ask these kids, whatever, I ordered a pizza and I was like, oh, can I get half this and half that? Or, whatever. I think they wanted it cut into thirds. And they were like, oh, like, what's that? Or whatever. Like, what? Like, cut it evenly into 3 pieces or whatever. And the person was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, can I just give you the whole pizza and you cut it? Like, yeah, fine. Whatever. But aside from the barcode on the box of food that I have, it says a number with the dollar sign next to it, which denotes the price, whatever it was, $5.35. Barcodes aside, is there no way for you, and obviously there isn't, is what I'm learning, you can't type in the price of the thing. You can type the price of the thing into the sticker machine that makes a barcode that you can put on the thing, and that'll put the price into the cash register. But you can't type $5.35 into the thing. Like, I'm okay with paying for this. I'm also okay with just taking it. Can I just walk around the store and take other things? Because who cares, right? Like, there's a couple homeless guys outside. Can I just grab an armload of stuff and give it to them? Is it cool if I just reach into that food bank box and grab a couple bags of things and just give it to the homeless guy outside? Because that seems exactly as reasonable as your inability to charge me the price that's written on this thing. You can do it at the front. We can do it at flea markets. I've even got the cash on me for once. Huh? I can give you cash in the amount that's written here. And it's bizarre. It's a bizarre thing. And I know, and I get that. I've definitely been in situations where somebody's like, hey, can you do A, B, and C? And I'm just like, no. Like, what do you mean, no? Like, I'm telling you what I need, and this is the thing. And I'm just like, yeah, but I only know how to do it if the computer knows how to do it. Or I only know how to do, that thing only happens on Tuesdays, and it's not Tuesday, so what am I gonna do? Sorry. So whatever. I got some free chicken, and I learned a little more about the world of commerce. Also, people have no problem with threatening people at their job right in front of me. Same grocery store. Lady was like, oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. Like, when's my lunch? Or when's my lunch break or something? And I thought she was talking to me. And I started to laugh like, like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure you deserve a lunch break or whatever. I didn't realize there was some sort of manager guy, like, behind me. And I was like, oh, okay, she's talking to him. And I don't know why they're going to have this conversation through my body, but I guess they are. But she was just like, yeah, like, there's people coming through here. It's really busy. And I'm supposed to be on my break. Like, oh, where's Susan? Like, I don't know. I've been texting Susan. She came here for like 2 seconds and then she left. So, that's not cool or whatever. And he's like making some notes or something. It's just like, you can't wait the 14 seconds for me to not be here. Why do I know all of this? But then she's like, well, that's fine. That's fine. She's like, next time, I'll just remember for next time. So next time, don't worry about it. I'll remember for next time. Like, you're totally like threatening to screw somebody else over who screwed you over that I'm sure just got a call to go to another department because that's how this place works. But you're just gonna be like, yep, well, if that's the way it's gonna be, well, then I'm just gonna disappear when I'm supposed to be over here. Like, it's a real good system. Real good system. And you're not gonna do anything about this, and you're just going to be more belligerent about it. I'm gonna go this way. I should have seen none of this. What is this next page? Didn't quite finish off this idea, but just me and Milo talking, so it's fine. Just a bunch of copy and pasting, and then we can end the show early, and everybody can go to bed and eat their popsicles. In that order. And the last story for the day is still just wandering around town. Have a good night, Space Goody. Have fun at work tomorrow, being yelled at by people who don't want to wear masks. But speaking of wearing masks, probably on the same day, I don't remember, coming back from the grocery store. Again, it's just 2 minutes away. There's like a truck, like a tractor trailer, big enough to carry a tractor on it. Guess that's why it's called a tractor trailer. Never thought of that until just right now. It's a trailer for hauling tractors. Yeah, it seems pretty obvious. I mean, not a whole lot of math you have to do to figure that equation out. Well, I never thought about it to consider it an equation that needs figuring out. So, truck is pulling up to the intersection. I'm waiting to cross the intersection. I don't have my mask on. It's now in my pocket at this point. But I have this weird feeling that something is on fire. And I can't quite figure it out, but I'm just like, is the tractor on the back of that trailer on fire right now? Like, I can't, is that just dust? Is there dust coming off of it? Because it was just like doing, dusty construction work and it's still just like flowing off the back continuously. But I feel like I can smell fire and it could be that tractor. Is that tractor on fire right now? I think that tractor is on fire, and this guy's just driving it around town like the flaming tractor parade is happening. And it's just like, one of those things where, once again, I semi feel guilty, or like, well, he has to know. There's no way he's driving around and he doesn't realize that there's just billowing smoke coming from the back of the tractor on the back of this truck. But also, like, where do you take a tractor that's on fire? Where could he be taking it? Like, this makes no sense. But whatever, that's fine. I don't care. I don't care. I think it was still just smoldering, like it exploded earlier and it wasn't actually on fire anymore, but it's still just seeping smoke like crazy. But with the thick cloud of smoke, like just engulfing everything, I thought, hey, I've got a mask in my pocket. So I put my mask back on. I'm just like, oh, much better, actually. Not a big deal. I cross the street, and there's a car like pulling up to the intersection, and the passenger, this scrub, if you will, on the passenger side, definitely an older-ish guy. Of course, older-ish, definitely somebody my own age, or slightly older. His attention is clearly drawn to me and my mask, and he does a full-on, but like, oh whatever. You're me, and it's just like do. To his friend, like, ah, obviously, obviously, and clearly, it was he's outside and wearing a mask. Why? How dare he? And yet another one of those times where I really want to just like run them down and be like, there's a tractor on fire. Like, this whole area is just filled with smoke right now. It is not that unreasonable for me to be wearing a mask. And regardless, sometimes it's just easier to throw the mask on and just leave it on, and then nobody can see that you're about to scream or cry under your mask. Maybe I'm busy mouthing the words, go F yourself, to everybody under my mask. Maybe I'm quietly whispering, get the F out of my way, and go F yourself, as I weave through people while I'm still in heat rage or anti-masker rage. Either way, everybody has their reason for everything. It's the same as like, oh, why you wear that baseball hat? You support that team? It's sunny out. It's sunny out, and I'm wearing a baseball hat, and this is one that I have. Or, yeah, no, I don't care about the sun. I'm wearing this hat purely for the supportage of a team. It doesn't matter. This shirt came free in the mail from the people that I work for, and it's a real comfortable shirt. And honestly, one of the reasons why I'm going to switch to another shirt store to sell shirts, because damn, good shirt. Uh, but yeah, I don't know who keeps posting it, but people keep posting it. Um, but I guess it's kind of maybe a meme. Um, but it just basically says like, hey, everybody's going through something. No matter who you're interacting with, you don't know what they are going through. Everybody's fighting some kind of battle, so just don't be the next battle that they also have to deal with. If you do go to a store, don't assume that those people are there just to serve you the store goods. Assume that their life is a living hell, and they have to deal with 65 maniacs like you demanding craziness, and instead try to be the sunshine in that day, right? Why wouldn't you want to be the sunshine instead of the darkness? Anyway, speaking of old timey references, this comic strip is going to be about burning CDs and DVDs and how burning them sounds stupid. I know it was with lasers or whatever, but still. Can you burn me a CD? That sounds stupid. I haven't thought of the words yet, but I know that Milo's going to be real indignant about it. It's actually just filled with juice from my fridge. Not Subway juice anymore. Was some Subway lemonade. And then I refilled it. And that's the story of today's juice. And that's the real meaning of this stream, is to discuss what juice I've drank today. I've had to drink today. I've dranken. Either way, that's a comic strip and a half. Some rough, some clean, some in between. Lots of copy and pasting, because that's how you get things done with the cheating machine. Oh my god, Miles, you just broke my brain. I probably would too now that you say that, but since the day I got my car, I don't think the CD player has ever worked. And yeah, now I've got a bunch of cords, so I can just plug my phone into the car, which still kind of seems old-timey to me. You know, when I get into other people's cars that are from the future / present day, and you're just like, oh wow, like, hello, welcome. I know your name. Here's your favorite music that I've just tapped into your phone or the world. It doesn't matter. I'm a car. You want to see what's behind you? No problem. You want to see over here? I've got cameras everywhere. Want me to release the drone? Huh? You're basically in a G.I. Joe machine. It's the future. Enjoy it. And my car has automatic windows and an auxiliary in-port on the radio. And that's all I need, really. That's all I need. And I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, that's what happens when you're old. You get stuck in your old technology, and you enjoy. I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. Hey Ted, you got something stupid to say? Guys, stop saying that I'm stupid. I'm quite intellectual. Have you not seen these glasses, bros? Just because I call you bros doesn't mean that I'm just a dumb server guy. I can also be a detective. I could be a Matrix. I could be a John Wick. I could do all the things, guys. It's totally cool. I'm Ted. Hey, what's Ted up to? Something amazing, probably. That's what people say. That's not what I say, Ted. I say I wish that guy was a god, and I don't like him. Meow, 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 meow. Well, that's why you're stupid too, Ripley. I am the only one. I am the Alpha and the Omega, and you guys are just inferior cats. I mean, come on now. Listen to me roar. Roar, huh? Like that Katy Perry song? Is that a Katy Perry song? I don't even know. Either way, Ted, you're no Katy Perry. That's what I know. I'm not Katy Perry, guy. But if I chose to be, I could be the best Ted Carey. Wait, no. That's just another name. But I would. The Katy Teddy? No. Guys, I'm okay. I'm not the worst. You're the worst, and I hate you. Meow, meow, meow. I hate you as well. Meow, meow, meow. Guys. I feel like I just spent the last 20 minutes talking about not hating people for no reason. Everybody, you know, Ted's got his stuff. You've got your stuff. Ripley's the sweetest angel. And that's you know, how everything goes. Get along. End the show. No need for cat fights. Avocado Shake is encouraging of the cat fights as she is. We're not giving anybody a cat fight this week. All right? Looking around an empty room like a maniac. You want me to end a fight? You can start up and I'll end it with my fist of justice. Hey guys. Nope. Batman voice does not roll into a Ted voice without all of the dryness taking over. Anyway, Instagram at Mr. Cartoons, Twitter at Mr. Cartoons, YouTube. There's a link in the Twitch and at those other places. And of course, all the links are at mrcartoons.com. Stores, shirts, merch, books, art, sexy dinosaurs, comics, and poetry. What? This idiot writes poetry? Sometimes. I don't know if I would call it poetry, but it rhymes. And all the popular poetry of the day doesn't rhyme anymore, so I don't know what anything is anymore. Don't know what anything is anymore. But it's yeah, finally cool in here. So I'm gonna sit back and watch more Taskmaster New Zealand, cause it's great. It's great. In the middle of season 1, which was like last year, and season 2, which is happening currently, and I would say they're both like just whatever. If this is regular British Taskmaster, this is like right there. It's real close. It's real close as far as everything they're doing. You know, the host is no Greg Davies by a long shot, but everything else feels very Taskmastery, and just within, but by the end of one episode, can't stop burping today. By the end of one episode, I am fully invested in these people. I don't hate any of them very much. Like, you know, the British one, there's always something. But this one so far, I'm just like, this is great. There's one guy that's like, you're irritating, but you're still kind of fun, actually. They still have the same setup. There's always the one person that is the Joe Wilkinson or the can't remember, David Baddiel. The David Baddiel. There's always somebody that's just like, you're just the worst somehow. It's great. It's pretty great. I have to say, I was impressed. I'm still impressed, and I'm sad that I'm gonna finish it real soon. So hopefully I'll keep eating too hot and tired to watch it, and I'll fall asleep halfway through, and then I get to watch each episode 3 times before it's complete. But yeah, that's my recommendation for the week. I found them on YouTube. Just search for Taskmaster NZ, and I seem to get most of the episodes, I think, if not all. And yeah, new season is on episode 6, and I believe they're going to 13, I think they said. Can't remember. Either way, see you guys next Tuesday, and if it's not deadly hot in here, possibly on Thursday as well. This is mostly because of you, actually, Miles. The last time you said, hey, watch all of the 8 out of the 10 Cats Does Countdown, I did. And I watched them again. And I watched them again. And I watched them again. I've been going through Mock the Week and all that stuff. But yeah, they're all so good. But yeah, good night, everybody. And thanks for hanging out as per usual. And yeah, see you guys next week. Ripley. Meow, 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 meow. Yep. Play those outro tunes.